And what about those Nats? Now, you know what? It's a time-honoured tradition on the right of politics amongst Conservatives that they're allowed to cross the floor. So Bridget McKenzie et al. Off the backbench, good luck to you. No problem here with you choosing that path. But the cowardly antics of 3 National Party cabinet ministers to turn around and not vote with the government that they are in cabinet on. Unbelievable. Matt Canavan, you've got Fiona Nash as well, the deputy leader, no less, and of course the Aboriginal Affairs Minister, Nigel Scullion. They didn't cross the floor, they'd be kicked out of the front bench if they did, but they didn't show up. One and all of them abstained from the vote on the Adler issue up there in the upper house. How pathetic. What a complete show of disunity for the right of politics. What an example of a fractious relationship between the 2 coalition partners in the government. What an appalling start to the first sitting day for the Prime Minister, who has just come back from Peru. What a distraction from the success that they had on their industrial relations late last night. This is why this government is rightly labelled chaotic right now. The fact that they wanted to abstain weakly, meekly, why not have the guts to step down from the ministry and cross the floor? I'll tell you why. Because they're careerists. All 3 of them would rather stay there in cabinet, swan around with the car with the flag on the bonnet, than have the guts to actually go the whole hog and either support a government with its decisions that it's made as a cabinet that they are part of, or have the guts to step aside, take the salary hit, go to the backbench, have a mild principle, along with other backbenchers from the Nats like Bridget McKenzie. But what path did they choose? They chose the weak path, right down the guts. Slippery, hopeless, pathetic, all 3 of them. No two-way about that. All right, we're going to go now to a media... No, we're not going to go to a media conference. We'll wait on that. I just want to make one more comment about this, because these Nats, I mean, there is no escaping the fact that as 3 cabinet ministers not turning up to vote for something that their own cabinet, their own Prime Minister, their own Deputy Prime Minister and National Party leader all endorsed through the normal processes, that is just unforgivable. I just hope that there's a sense, a modicum of a sense, within the wider government ranks of what these 3 supposed cabinet ministers have done. You can't rant enough about how meek and how weak this is, no matter what your view on the issue. And for what it's worth, I've got some sympathy for the position that the backbench Nationals are taking on this issue. I can understand why someone like Bridget McKenzie thinks that there's all sorts of ambiguity and irregularities in gun law control. We'll talk to David Lionhelm about this. I get their position, but guess what? If you're in cabinet, even if you lose the argument in cabinet, we don't even know if these 3 had the guts to put the argument, but even if you lose the argument within the cabinet, if you want to stay part of it, you play the team game. You vote with the government. To do what they've done is just pathetic. All 3 of them. Matt Canavan, he's touted as a big man of the future. He's in his mid-30s, got a big promotion. What's he doing? Hopeless. Fiona Nash, I've praised her before. The hope of the side for women in the National Party. There's not many of them. There's not many women on the front bench for the government. In fact, there's not that many women even in the parliament for them. Hopeless. Pathetic. Nigel Scullion, well, we knew he was hopeless. So no real great surprise there. No loss if he had crossed the floor and stepped down. But I tell you what, all 3, be ashamed with yourselves. If you're watching from Parliament House, if you're a staffer, if you're the opposition, if you're in the government, know as you walk past those 3, what a damn disgrace they are.